Flosstube friends. This is Angel from the Elegant Thread. Welcome back. Today is Thursday, August 29th. I figured I'd add the date just in case, since I have a few videos now, so maybe you can, if you're starting from the beginning, you kind of know which one comes before which. I don't know. Other people add the date, some people don't. I wasn't adding the date because I wanted them to be, you could look at them anytime, but maybe it gives perspective if you have the date. So there you go, it's the end of August. And today is actually a beautiful day. Yesterday was cloudy, today is gorgeous. Mid-80s, which in DC, that's a nice reprieve. This is a channel about cross stitch, where I share my love of cross stitch and what I'm working on. I talk to you, my stitchy friends, and have fun. So today I wanted to say I just got back from the weekend in Mesa, Arizona at the Attic. I went to summer school! Okay. It was fantastic. So, unfortunately someone must have died for me to get a slot. I don't know how that happens, but she did 2 weekends this year, and I got into the second weekend, which was fantastic. I met so many wonderful people, and I really hope to go back next year. But one of the highlights, I met Nicola Parkman. My life is whole. I'm good. Made my whole year. But let me tell you, because I'm the biggest nerd. Yeah. So the first day, I get in, I go to the hotel. There's a couple of other ladies there, and we're gonna go to the attic before everything starts. From 1 to 4, I think there was some stitching at the attic, and then everything started at 5 p.m. So we get in the shuttle. The hotel was great because there was a shuttle that went from the hotel to the attic and back. Yeah, so just in case you didn't want to buy something too late. And the ladies were great. So we get there and we pull in, and it's my first time seeing the attic, the storefront. I've seen other people take pictures out in front of it. Yay! At the end of this video, I put a little wrap up of some of the pictures that I took while it was there. So you'll see all of these things I'm talking about. I get to the front door, I open it, I go in. Angels were singing in my head. Because the samplers were more than I have ever seen in one place. There was so much to look at, you didn't even know where to rest your eye, because it stopped in one beautiful sampler and then it moved to the next one and the next one, and it's a museum. It is sampler heaven. Thank you, Jean Lee, for having that store, that needlework shop. And for all those people who that's your local needlework shop, you are lucky ducks. That would make you want to retire in Arizona right there, to be close to the attic. And there was one lady that I met that was calculated into their plans for retirement. Yeah. So after I settle my eye, and the angels are singing, I go to put my stuff down at the table, and I look over, and there's Nicola Parkman. The real Nicola Parkman, in person. And then I proceed to lose my mind. So I go charging over there like a bull running at a matador's cape. Like, I just run towards her, and they were running up to her, and I start spouting off how much I love her, and blah, 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 blah. I'm total idiot, right? Her eyes get big, she steps back like, oh my God, who the hell is this creep, right? So she's very nice. She's a sweet, sweet lady. She didn't want to say, oh, you're scaring me, back off, you creep. So she's very nice. She starts talking to me, and as I'm gushing. So I made a complete fool of myself. I finally meet her, and I make an absolute complete fool of myself. Okay, so I think the rest of the day, she kind of just wandered around avoiding me. That's all right. I could understand. I would do the same thing. But by the last day, she realized I wasn't a creep and some strange stalker person. And we talked about, I own so many Hands Across the Sea patterns. It's crazy. So I needed to kit up Harriet Salt. And Nicola Parkman helped me kit up Harriet Salt. When she recommends a floss or a pattern, you buy it. If Nicola Parkman says to buy it, you buy it. That's it. So the red I have, the fabric I'm doing it on, yeah, I can't believe it. She was involved in choosing that. Yay! Those things are not here yet because I had to have them shipped. I couldn't carry all this stuff on the plane. I just couldn't. So I'll have a second video where you'll see all the goodies that I purchased while I was there. You know, I kitted up a few things, bought a few more Hands Across the Sea samplers, of course. I had to buy the new one that just came out. Yes. It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. I do have a few of the projects that we received in summer school, and I'd like to share them with you because they are some of my whips. I don't know how I went from a monogamous stitcher to someone that has a bazillion whips, like 47 started. I don't even know how many. I'm gonna have to have one of those tracker things. It's okay. Yay. So I like to start by showing you something old. Now I did bring something with me. They have a show and tell table, and oh my goodness, the work is stunning. People are very, very talented needleworkers that go to these things, and the more people I meet, wow, inspirational to say the least. So I took a small, it's a drawn thread reversible teaching band sampler, and I stitched this, oh goodness, in 2005, so it's clearly not new. Here it is. This is what I took with me. It was my first time doing anything reversible. It was my first time doing this this finishing that I did. So I mean, it's not perfect, but it's my first time doing it. Here it is. There's the front. Since it's long, it's going to be, I have to scroll it so you can see all of it. This is the front of it. I used all the called for. It might have been a kit, actually. So whatever was called for by the drawn thread is what I used. And here is the back. The back. The back of the work. Kind of looks like the front. But reversible, very cool, not easy. Stitch path becomes very important, but the directions were really good. The drawn thread always has really good directions. Yes, and I also discovered these little clippy things. Oh, they're a lifesaver, see? And I have this, I can just clip things on. Yay! So, I don't know who told me about them, but maybe I've seen other Flosstubers use them. Fantastic. So that's what I brought with me. That is my one old project, my band sampler from 2005. See, it's little, you know, perspective. It's little. Yay! Okay. That's a long time ago, FFO, from 2005. I don't have anything that I finished now because I have so many large projects now. I'm going to be stitching on things for the rest of my life, but I'm going to be a happy stitcher doing it. So, where do I start? I'm going to start with the Rosewood Manor Sow. That started on August 15th. I stitched Rosewood Manor Spring Quakers on the called for 28 count linen with the Valdani floss, 3 strands, exactly as it's called for. This time, it's Rosewood Manor, it's Autumn Quakers. So, Autumn Quakers. And I went into the store to get some fabric for it and the Valdani floss. So I'm using the Valdani floss. And I thought, I don't want to use 3 strands because I look at the other one and it's a little bulky. And it's huge. It's big because it's 28 count. These become big. So I thought maybe I'll try like maybe a 2 strand or a 1 strand on like 40 count. So I get a cut of fabric from the lady, and I buy the Valdani floss. First I have it in my Paris bag, and just so happens the notions bag I made for this Paris bag fits the Valdani floss perfectly, as if it was made for it. So I could stick it in there, doesn't fall out, it's perfect. Look at those colors. Aren't they great? This is the Valdani floss for Autumn Quakers. I am using 1 strand of Valdani floss. Yes, it's a 3 strand floss. Yes, you can take it apart. Yes, you can stitch with 1 strand. It's very thin. It's pretty much kind of like 103 when you take just 1 strand of it out. So I was going to use 1, maybe 2 strands. I get this. I thought I'll try a 40 count. Well, I get home and I realized maybe the lady couldn't see what it was because it's not 40. That's not a 0. That's a 6. So it's actually 46 count. It's 46 count lakeside linen light exemplar. So that's what I'm stitching it on. My first time ever stitching on 46 count, and I have to tell you, I love it. I didn't know I could. I thought, oh gosh, that's gonna be crazy. But no, I absolutely love it. So let me put this on here, oops. So it's the Sal. Lots of people are doing it. It's hashtag Rosewood Manor Sal. The Sunshine Stitchers are the people who started the Sal. And this is where I am. Yeah, I stitch on it maybe a little bit each day, and it's great. It's much smaller than the other one, as you can see. Take this off this time. They're doing the roof across the way, so if you can hear all that scratching stuff, that's actually a blowtorch. So this is the size of it now. On 46 count, 1 strand Valdani, and it works. So it's going to be really interesting to see the 28 count next to the 46 count. Yeah, I think I like the 46 count much better, and I love this fabric. This linen it feels good. It has kind of a nice weight to it, a nice firmness. It's not really loosey-goosey like a Weeks. It has a nice texture. It's soft enough that you can stitch in hand, but it still has a little bit of texture to it. If this was pasta, I would say it's al dente. There you go. But it's not. Al dente. There you go. Put all this down. I'm gonna have a huge pile by the time I'm done. I'm sure everybody does. You start and you kind of know what you're gonna do, and then you start going over your whips, and then the piles start forming all the way around you. That's how it is. So that's my Rosewood Manor Sal. Okay, and then the very first person that went, there were 6 designers that went at summer school, so we have at least 6 projects. Most of them gave us 2 projects, so you can imagine the number of whips that you have coming out of there. And they're all like sampler people. So this is gonna be really great. The first person to go was the Scarlet House. So we received, I don't know if you call this Cece Smit or Chessie Smit. We'll say Cece Smit, a Dutch sampler. I mean, how do you pronounce Ceesie? I don't know. So here's a picture of it. Done. Mine is not done. Nope. This sampler for this kit is supposed to be mounted on a mat. So here is my mat that it's to be mounted on, and I didn't finish the stitching around the outside. but I started it. I don't know if I'm going to mount the sampler on the mat. I don't think I am, but I do think I will use the mat for sure. So it'll definitely come in handy. With this, we received the linen. Let me see if I can tell you what this is. So it's 40 count, here we go, 40 count Heartland linen from Picture This Plus. 40 count Heartland linen, Picture This Plus. And it's a combination of Gentle Art and Weeks Dye Works. And it came on this cute floss card with a rooster on it. So here are the colors. It's hard to see them on this floss card, but I did do some stitching on it while I was there. It's about one of the only few ones that I actually did stitch on, that I started stitching on. Oops, get that out of there. Okay, here you go. This is where I am. Sorry about the wrinkles. Pretty good. I stitched on the plane a little bit with this, and I think I had to rip out stuff like 3 times. So looking on here, it looks like this is not straight. It is. Yeah. So there it is. You can see the size of it. And it's to go on the mat, and it would look very cute. So I might mount it that way. I might not. I don't know, but I really like it. And I like this linen. Again, it has a nice firmness to it, and it's really great. So I don't usually stitch on things that are modeled like this, but I really like this one. It's very nice. I think this sampler is very cute, and you'd think, looking at it, boy, that'll stitch up really quick. You know, nothing ever stitches up really quick. We all think that, oh, that'll be great. No. It takes a lot of time. No matter what it is, it takes a lot of time. So that's a cute little sampler that I'm still working on, and I'll probably be working on for some time. But that's whip number 1 from summer school. These are not necessarily in order, but we also had a class from, pull this out, Needlework Press was there, and Vicki and her daughter-in-law, oh my gosh, they're awesome. I listened to an interview with them on Flosstube, and they are just like that. They're very genuine, wonderful, funny, and very creative, and do wonderful patterns. Their class for us was a pin drum, a cute little pin drum. Oh, amazing. And here it says Eleanor Baird's sampler, and it's a pin drum. Oops, let's see. And this is the drum, the pin drum. We also have this little tray that's coming, that's in the mail. So I put it over here. Here, that's probably better. We have this little tray, we made it, we oiled it, and when I get it, I'm going to Mod Podge it, my first Mod Podge experience, and perhaps paint it or something. But it was really great while I was there. I used it to store my scissors, maybe collect some orts, you know, whatever. I had an apple in it the whole time that I intended to eat, but then I didn't. I did eat it when I got home. And then we also received a pattern for this sampler and instructions for finishing the drum, which is really great. Her instructions were way better than any other instructions I've received for finishing a drum. Let me tell you that. So, wonderful. And with that, I'm not sure if these didn't come with her stuff, but we did get this, it's like you put it on your keys. It's an old piece of an old ruler. Very cool. The goodies, these are some goodies that we received throughout the day. So with the pin drum, we received all of here's the floss for it. And let's see what what it has. The floss is Classic Colorworks. And I don't know what the linen is. Okay. Okay, the linen is a 36 count Weeks Dye Works straw linen. So, this is it. And there are the colors with it. 36 count Weeks Dye Works straw linen and Classic Colorworks. And we received, the fabric to go with it, all of the finishing for the buttons, finishing for the drum. It's going to be very cute. I'll have to, put that on my list of things to do. Yes. We also made, while we were there, some paper floss winders, and I have a few that I punched out while I was there. Isn't he cute? And then just has this behind. So I'll use that as a floss winder. I have a thing for like nature, leaves, flowers, bugs, those kinds of things. All right, is he cute? He's also lined in that. So little floss winder. Be good for a project like this where it comes on a floss winder. Little 5 cents. Also the same on the back. And another floral one. Same on the back. I mean, these are adorable. Who doesn't want floss winders like that? Cute, cute. Do I have any more here? Oh, I do. I have, oh, pardon me, a couple more. Thought I had one more. I see it in here. At the bottom. Yes. Yes. Okay, yes. Oh, I like this one. Let me see if it'll focus. Maybe. There you go. They all have the same pattern on the back. Clearly, I punched them out. They had little paper punches, and we could go to the table and punch out a few of these. They all have the same on the back. And this one's a little different. It's a little star-ish floss keeper, and it's an advertisement, and the back has writing. So that was fun. And I'm keeping that in my polka dotted set. Also with this Eleanor Baird sampler, the pin drum, this says Eleanor Brad, 1823. Now I don't know if Eleanor Brad and Eleanor Baird are the same, or if this is Eleanor Brad and they created Eleanor Baird from it. But we also received the pattern for this. We didn't receive the whole kit for this, but we did receive the pattern. So right there, 2 samplers plus a drum, all these goodies. So you get lots and lots of stuff with each designer. It's really fabulous. Fabulous. Okay. And then in my Japanese, hand-painted Japanese fabric bag with the beautiful crown, from Samplers Remember, Linda Danielson, Hannah Heston, 1795, 1811. So I believe she was born in 1795, stitched this in 1811 is how it went. So this is the original. No, that's the reproduction that you're seeing there. Again, we received everything to go with it, everything in the kits. So the linen, I have it in my notions bag. Oh goodness, there's a lot of fun things in here. Everything to finish it. So the ring. She had this really awesome bow maker. It's just a strip of wood with some holes and 2 little posts. And then you make the bow around it. Oh, wow. It was kind of fun. She also gave us these cute little scissors, and I put the scissor fob that I made to go with this kit. I put that on the scissors, and then I attached the ribbon. So here it is. Cute little scissors. Oh yeah, here's the needle minder for this kit. All of the floss, oops, for this, they are Weeks Dye Works and Gentle Arts. Comb them out. All right. So, I don't know if you can even see that. There you go. Here's the linen for it, and there are the colors. What else? Everything was wrapped up beautifully in this little tag. Okay, whoop. That's everything in there. And that is all for Hannah Heston. Also with Hannah Heston, I don't know if you noticed on this picture, but there's a little paper cutout of, you know, Victorian era kind of paper cutout. We also received the paper to do the paper cutout. Hence the scissors, the paper. It's really awesome, awesome. I can't wait to do this. And it's, you know, Friends, Stitching Friends. Chadwick's Spool Cotton. It was an advertisement. Very neat. Whoops. Okay. Everything back. So those, oh goodness. Those are whips from summer school. And we have I have a couple of other little goodies that we had at our tables. This is the Leah School Sampler Horn Book. Oops, there you go. Oh goodness. And Sampling of Memories. This is Sampling of Memories. That's what it's, so it has a little hook. And on one side, it says 2019 Attic Needlework, where samplers rule. And the other side, it says of reward merit, Sampler Summer School. So here you can see. One side and the other side. Isn't that cute? I thought about putting it on my keys. Awesome. But I don't want it to break. You know, I don't want to lose like the cute little scissors that are attached to it. There you go. And the button. But it would be great on my keys. So I haven't decided. I wouldn't use it as a scissor fob. I think maybe a key fob instead. Came in a little cute little black case, a little bag. Okay, those are a couple of goodies. There are a ton more. They are on their way. I'm having them shipped. So, oh, we also have, the rest of this is being shipped, but we made these little boxes. So it's this tape, I forget what the tape is called. Washi tape? Washi tape, I think is what it's called. We were calling it, you know, wabi-sabi tape. I don't know, washi tape, so. Yay! And then we even did inside completely lined. This is for a really awesome project. This is for a purse. All the stuff to go with it is in here. Oh my goodness, the floss to stitch it together. This is silk that is, she painted the little acorns on. There is a cross stitch of a squirrel, but he's a black squirrel. And all of the accoutrement to put the purse together comes with it. Everything. Oops. Beads, the little clasp, a little acorn to hang off the bottom, and all in here. So this is really great. You'll see the rest of it when it gets here. I did start stitching the squirrel, so I think I have maybe like his belly and a leg. So there's something from that. Okay, wow, those are a lot of whips. Oh, I'll talk about that one next time. Okay, let me see what I have on my notes. Okay, what's on my agenda next? Retreats. I am all into retreats. A weekend away, stitching with friends, awesome. But the next retreat I'm going to do is a week-long retreat. It's sponsored by the Tatter Blue Textile Museum in New York. It's at the Saltwater Farms in Lincolnville, Maine. So Saltwater Farm retreat in Lincolnville, Maine. If you were to Google it, that's what you would find. Or if you went to the Tatter Blue Textile Museum's website, they have retreats, and then I think this is the first time that they're doing this retreat. So it's at the first week in October. The first 2 days is mushroom foraging and dyeing of linen. Mushroom dyeing of linen. I want to learn how to dye linen, so I think that'll be really fun. Stand by. There might be some dyed linen in my future. Yay! And then the last 3 days are historical embroidery. Very nice. So that's my next retreat. Okay. Speaking of embroidery, I joined my local Embroiderers Guild of America. It's the Washington, D.C. chapter of the Embroiderers Guild of America. And I joined, I guess it's a SAL. It's an online class. So I joined that with some of the other ladies, and they're all cruising on down the road, almost done with this, and I haven't even started. Next. So it's to make a sweet bag. I have to do the research as to why they're called sweet bags, but it's all embroidered. This is the book that we have, and of course, everything, how to do everything is all, in the book. And it's very, very well laid out. So here's a picture of it. I think this is the actual sweet bag. Now to go with this, I bought the book, Sweet Bags. There it is, much better. It's a much better version of the sweet bag. Hopefully mine looks nice like that. We'll see. But hey, you know what mine looks like right now? It looks like this. Yay, okay. So I'm gonna do mine on 32 count Belfast linen in antique white. They were sold out of a lot of the floss, MILNS. I'm doing it in Soie d'Alger because so many of the other people in the guild are doing it, they were completely sold out. So I bought what they had, maybe a quarter of what I need, quarter, not even half. So this is what they did have that I was able to buy for my sweet bag. As you can see, there are lots of colors in it. So they look kind of bright, but that's what the colors are for. And you need a ton of needles for this. The list is very long. So I bought the first 3 sets of needles. You probably need about 10 different types of needles. I'll need some metal floss, chromic type things, silver, gold. It has lots and lots of, oh gosh, the inventory list is long. For this, what I need to get some stretcher bars, some 8x8, the wooden stretcher bars that I can just put this on so that I can draw on it and then get started. But I had to go to summer school, so this would have to wait. But that's a project that's not cross stitch, it's embroidery, but it's countered embroidery. You could do it 2 ways. Most of the ladies are doing surface embroidery for their sweet bag, but this book, in order to be a teaching aid, it is a counted version. So that's, I think, since I do counted cross stitch, I'm gonna do the counted version of the embroidery. So we'll see how that comes out. So that was speaking of embroidery. Now I want to tell you who I've been watching, because I have been doing some Flosstube watching. I have it on. Like when I'm sewing my bags, I have it on. When I'm bebopping around the kitchen, I have it on. So sometimes I just listen to it. I just keep it going. And I'm going to tell you about a few people that I've been watching and some people that I've found, which I want to share with you. Awesome. So Coffee Stitcher and Stash Sisters Carolyn. I met Carolyn at the Attic. She is so sweet. She is exactly what she appears in her Flosstube channel. She is awesome. She works at the Attic on Thursdays. Just so happened she was there on a Friday. What a pleasure. Now, when I did meet her, it was right after I met Nicholas. So of course I'm still in like total like, you know, I was a jerk day. I don't even know. So of course I meet her and I'm like, oh my gosh, I watch you on Flosstube. And she starts talking to me, and as she's talking to me, my eyes are darting around from sampler to sampler. There was so much to see, I couldn't even concentrate to have a conversation. I'm sure she thought, oh hey, you are the biggest ditz. Like, you can't even have a conversation with me. You can't make eye contact and you can't have a conversation with me. It was because I was so distracted by, for the first time, seeing everything. Oh my gosh. They were amazing. And she is lovely. She is absolutely lovely and so sweet. So I watch her Flosstube channel. I'm watching Half Stitch Cross Stitch. I'm new at watching that one, but I really like it. Amy Loves Toads. She cranks out some projects. Wow, she must be a really fast stitcher because she is burning through Hawk Run Hollow. That would take me forever. I'm like the world's slowest stitcher. I had the pleasure of meeting Kim from Sassy Jacks. More fangirl. She is so nice. I even went to lunch with her. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to some things at Sassy Jacks because she is the sweetest person, and I hear such great things about the space and all the classes. So thank you, Kim, for putting up with me. It was a pleasure to meet you. Not that you will ever see my Flosstube videos, but if you do, howdy. Yeah, she does a series for her shop called Sassy Jacks. The series is called Yonder Ways. So if you get a chance, bebop on over there, check it out. It's a great watch. I've been watching Valerie from Stitching in the Barn. I mean, who doesn't watch Valerie from Stitching in the Barn? She's awesome. Someday, hopefully, if I make it to StitchCon next year, I can meet Valerie. She went last year. Hopefully she goes again because she looks like a really great person to talk to. And I've also been watching someone, Hard Work Maniac is the name of her channel, but I didn't catch her name. So, sorry, but that's the name of her channel. And her stuff's really nice. Good stitcher. I'm still interested in the Stitching Cruise by Sunshine Stitchers, hosted by them, by their LNS there in, I'm not sure where they are, Orlando, Tampa, they're somewhere in Jacksonville, I don't know. They're down there in Florida. It's July 26th through August 2nd. Still space available. If you're interested, go check them out on their Flosstube. A lot of people on their Flosstubes talk about being in clubs, like clubs where you get linen on a regular basis, like quarterly or monthly, I'm not sure. People receive like floss clubs. I'm not in any clubs because I don't have a stash of things. Good Lord. You already see how much stuff I have. How would I have stash? But people, I guess, have linen and they just have it stashed up, and then lots of floss. I only get floss for projects, so I don't have any extra stored. And I was looking around. I don't have a single skein of DMC. I don't even own any. I used to, but I don't know where it all went. I think in one of my last moves, I probably got rid of it. So, yep, I only have what I need for my projects, with the exception of one, Victorian Mottos. I did purchase Bewitching Spells, which I plan on using. I'm going to do a Quaker sampler with it. Yes. Oh, someone that you should go watch. Ellen Page. Okay. Her Flosstube is called Power Hour of Cross Stitch. Wicked fun. She is the lead singer of Crash Test Dummies, and she's a great stitcher. Oh my gosh, she's doing this one Rosewood Manor. I think it's called Inspiration, maybe? Wow. Everyone says that it's not as complicated as it looks, but it really is a beautiful one. I can't even begin to think about doing that because I have so many other things to stitch and so many Hands Across the Sea patterns. Okay. I also have been watching Heidi Cran stitching 1/2. She's fun. You know, I thought I was going to meet her at summer school, but maybe she was the other weekend. Maybe she was there the other weekend. Not sure. I didn't see her. If I did see you, and I don't remember, so sorry. I wanted to meet you, but it was a bit overwhelming. So many people you've seen on Flosstube and so many designers that you've heard about and you've seen their patterns and you see them in real life and they're just people, but they're wonderfully creative, imaginative people, really talented. Kansas City girl in a Colorado world. I loved her sampler review. It was like an hour of wonderful sampler patterns. So that was very inspirational. Might get you in a little bit of trouble if you go over there and watch about that. Okay. Supposedly, around here, there is a DC Metro Stitchers group. And someone named Leah, I think. Hey, if you're out there and if you just so happen to see this, find me. I would love to join a DC Metro Stitchers group. I'd like to find people who stitch in this area because since I left New Orleans, I haven't really bonded with any stitchers around here. That I can't make it to the Wednesday stitching group at in Stitches because there's an open water swim on Wednesdays and I have to do the open water swim. Or everything seems to be scheduled on a Wednesday, so you can only cram so much into a Wednesday. Yeah. I want to send out a thank you to Carolyn on the advice about paper towel rolls. So I keep my stuff, I don't frame a lot. I keep my stuff all rolled up like in a drawer and I rolled it up on paper towel rolls. Literally, I have been rolling my stuff on paper towel rolls for 20 years. It's been a long time. But she said, don't do that because they're acidic and they are very bad for your projects. Okay. Thank you very much for the advice. I went on to Vanna's channel, Twisted Stitcher. If you ever want to learn anything, check out Vanna. She's the queen of sewing. So, queen of finishing. And her tutorials are fantastic. Anybody who knows how to make a flat fold learned it from Vanna. I can almost guarantee that. So, I wanted to make one of those project rolls because now I'm not going to be storing my stuff on paper towel rolls. So I did a prototype one. And I did it on some, just fabric that I happen to have. So it was a prototype, so just in case I messed it up. Oh my goodness. Funky. So it's inside of here. So I took all my other stuff, and I rolled it up on the outside of it, but the prototype's inside. So, here, see, there they are. I just keep things. Someday I'll do a finish parade. When I finally get my stuff out of storage and I find my cross-stitching books again that have all the patterns and the information about all these things, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm just going to be holding it up and not telling you the designer or what it's on, things like that. So let me get inside of this thing. It's big. Okay, so I made a prototype of one of those rolls. So this is from Vanna's tutorial. I put a little button, little fleur-de-lis button, and it's on my French macaron of fabric with a bow. I'm not a pink person. I don't even like pink, but someone gave me this fabric and it's pink. That's why I used it as a prototype because, hey, it's pink. But the prototype came out kind of cute. Yeah. So, and inside, of course, I have projects rolled up inside of it. I might make more of these. I really like it. I think it turned out great. And you do have to quilt it. It has batting inside. You do have to quilt it a little bit because when you roll it up, it wants to creep forward. But yeah, that's really, really awesome. So thank you, Carolyn, for the advice. And thank you, Vanna, for the tutorial. Like Vanna would ever watch my channel. Not, but she's awesome. She is so awesome. I think Vanna at the Twisted Stitcher was the very first Flosstube I ever watched. Because I must have been searching to make something, like how to do something. And of course I come across Vanna's channel and it's awesome. And I'm like, what is this Flosstube thing? So here they all are rolled up again. Oh my goodness. There's probably, I don't know, 25 projects. I don't know, a ton. This thing is huge. They're the size of my head. Boom. Woo! Okay. Well, as far as stitching goes, I think I've covered a lot of that. I have been going through my stash of fabric because people give me fabric and I find some things and I just scroll them away, and I've been making bags because I want to get that fabric stash down. So I've been making bags like a crazy person, which are all of those stack of bags back there. I will show you some when they're done. They are not done yet. Hold your horses. And once I finish the bag, I'm not finished because then I make a little notions bag. Then the process begins of the creativity on top of all of, what do I use as the button and what do I do with the needle minder, and then I make the scissor pop. So it takes, the darn things take me a week to make. So just for like one set. But I really like it. It's like a little creative outlet. None of them are the same. They're all one-offs. Yeah, so even if the fabric's the same, everything else will be different. Last time, so this must have been 2 videos ago, because I had a little short one where I just said, hey. I had a, let's see. I offered this bag. Now we'll call it a second, right? So it's not a bag I would sell to somebody because the edge of it, I had to put a little bit of fabric glue on the edge because it was fraying a little bit, and it's a little rough. It's a little rough over here. I would never sell it to someone because it's not perfect. I like things to be perfect. So I offered to just share this with somebody. Hey, I have to pick somebody, so I said, hey, say the word bicycle in the comments. I went through all of the people that had bicycle in their comments. I picked randomly one person. Her name was Elizabeth Schultz. I believe it's Elizabeth Schultz because it's just Eliz Schultz. I went on her comment. I commented on her comment. I said in my last video, hey, I'd like to share this with you. Please send me your mailing address. And I haven't heard from her. No big deal. I went back, I commented, said, hey, I haven't heard from you, so I'm just going to move on and pick somebody else. Better luck next time. So I did again. 48 people commented. I did the random number thing again. Bing, it was 15. And the person was, the new winner, the person I'm going to share this with is Renee Bedla. Hi, Renee. I don't know if you're watching this. You could have just watched one time and never watched another video, but her comment was really cool. She uses twill tape on her hoops. Now, I want to use twill tape on my hoops. I just didn't have any twill tape. And then I saw twill tape at the attic, but it was really big, so I don't think it was the kind of twill tape that I need. I need the thinner kind. I did buy 2 more hoops when I was there, a little bit thinner and a little small one, because I want to do for Harriet Salt. I want to have a small hoop to really get in there with 56 count. Focus you. Yeah, she is like my stitchy soulmate. She loves Hands Across the Sea. She is currently stitching Elizabeth Atkinson. She bought Mary Clayton. I don't think she's kitted it up yet. Neither have I. But so when I was standing at the attic, I think Nicola Parkman knows that I purchased a lot from Hands Across the Sea. So she holds up Mary Clayton. She goes, "Do you have this one? Do you have this one?" And I'm like, I think that's the one I don't own. Yeah, maybe, no. So, okay, I'll buy it. She says buy it, you buy it. Yeah. Lucy Navier, Queen of the May, I will not stitch. I don't think I'll ever stitch that. That is, poof. The thing is huge. It's absolutely stunning. It is a museum quality piece of work. Yeah. So I bought the pattern. She said buy the pattern, I buy the pattern. It's a book. It's absolutely a book. And the history in it is fascinating. It's really great. And maybe I could take one or, a motif here or there for an ornament. There is something I currently need to stitch. I need to start it. It's a thank you for a friend of mine. I did stitch something, but I didn't like it. So, boop, I started it over, and then I didn't like that, and so I didn't like the colors that were in it. So now I'm going to start over something else. Maybe I'll pick one of the motifs that are there, and then I'm going to make a little, either a little scissor fob, do something over one, or a pin cushion as a thank you. So I'll show you that when I get it finished, after I start it. Which I haven't done that yet. But hopefully, I mean, nothing like getting a gift from someone and then sending them a thank you 2 months later. Sorry, I don't want to just send the card thank you. I want to send a gift with it. So it's going to take a little bit. Sorry, Kay. Hopefully you're not watching this. Ooh, okay, so I will send something to you. So, Renee Bebla, send me your address. I will put my email address in the notes. I will also comment on your comment and tell you to please contact me. And I'll send you this bag. Just need to share it with somebody. I mean, it's not something I could sell. It's a second. And inside, I don't know if I have some little extra just fabric scraps that I have. You could use it if you quilt. Maybe you can use it to put on the back of an ornament. It's just little scraps. So that's all it is. I mean, it's not worth anything, but I want to share. So, I mean, I don't want to chuck it. I'd rather give it to somebody. So there you go. Renee, it's yours. Bicycle bag. Okay. I think that's everything. I have rambled at a crazy fast speed for almost an hour. What I hope is that you're sitting down and you're stitching, you're having a chuckle or two, and you got a lot done. Yeah. Had a great cup of coffee, I don't know. So, it was nice spending time with you. I didn't get any stitching done while we're doing this, but that's how it goes. Someone has to do the chatterbox thing. When I am stitching in a group, I don't do the chatterbox thing. I just listen because I want to stitch. I can't talk and stitch, so I just listen. So now I'm not stitching, so I can talk. I do want to add our table. You'll see after this video, I'm going to put the little wrap up of summer school. We had a table, I think we had 7 ladies around the table. They were all wonderful. So great to meet each and every one of them. All very talented, wonderful people. Some of our projects were very crafty. Just because you are a needleworker doesn't mean you're crafty. So, needless to say, some of our things weren't actually perfect. They were a little bit, how do you say, wabi-sabi. So I made a little sign, and I called it Wabi-Sabi Weekend, which means it's okay to be beauty in imperfection. That's it. Wabi-Sabi Weekend, beauty in imperfection. So here's the wrap up of that. I'll talk to you next time.